I'm Joe Leone. Today we're going to be talking about 1862, refinance, mergers, acquisitions, and bankruptcy. Let's play with some trades. Refinancing a company implies that the company is issuing additional shares onto the market in order to raise revenue. Company shares are partially reclaimed from players back into the bank pool, and the company receives funds into its treasury as a result. End of its operating round, the NGC does not have a train. If the company owned shares on its charter, it could sell enough of them to buy a new train. Unfortunately, the NGC does not have any shares. No one is willing to sell him a train for the 50 quid he does have, so he must refinance. All players return half of their share holdings, rounded down, to the bank pool. If a player had an odd number of shares, he turns one share upside down to indicate an option share. All the shares in the IPO are transferred to the bank pool. The option share is effectively a half share. It may be redeemed or relinquished by the owning player. If the player pays one half of its value rounded down to the bank, it counts as a full share, or the player may sell his half share to the bank. The company director is determined as being the player with the highest number of shares. If needed, the director exchanges 3 ordinary shares for the director's certificate at this point. The company now receives 10 times its par value as capital and may buy trains. In this case, the CGC receives 680 pounds and buys 2 C trains. The merger is the start of NGC's turn. It desires to merge with N&B, which has not yet operated. It requires the consent of both company directors and must be connected by track, specifically an uninterrupted route between station markers. The player decides that N&B will be the combined company. A new share price is calculated as the lower share price plus one half of the higher share price. NCG has a higher share price of 100 pounds. So 50 pounds is added to the N&B price of 82. The result is rounded down to the nearest stock value. The new share price of the combined company will be 128. A new par price is set for the N&B. Move the par token to a new share value rounded down. No higher than 100, nor lower than 54. Since these were both chartered companies, the marker stays in the yellow area. All shares from both companies are moved from the IPO to the bank pool. Each player combines his shares from both companies and exchanges them 2 for 1. This player has a total of 13 shares. He exchanged them for 6 shares and 1 option of the new company. He redeems the option by paying the bank half the value rounded down, giving him 7 shares of the new company. The merged company receives all treasury, permits, and trains. Unused station markers are replaced from supply. Update the track by replacing the station tokens from supply, ensuring the resulting company only has 1 station marker per city. Duplicates are lost. The company removed from the board is now ready to start again. All shares are returned to the IPO with the same permit originally held by the company. The new company operates normally, since neither of the companies had operated yet. Acquisitions. WNR has just completed his operating round. He notices the next train bought will rust all his B trains. He decides to perform an acquisition. An acquisition is performed at the end of a company's operating round, and whether the other company is operated or not is irrelevant. Companies must be connected station to station with track. L&D and WNR have a token in the same city, so are connected. The player decides that L&D will be the surviving company. A new share price is calculated. L&D has a stock value of 78, the WNR 122. Add half the value of the highest to the lowest share value. 78 plus 61 is equal to 139. Place a token at the nearest stock value rounded down. In this case, the new value is 134. Move the par value to the new stock value. Rounded down, not more than 100, not less than 54. Place all the IPO shares of both companies in the bank pool. Then each player and company holding shares turns them in on a 2-to-1 basis. Odd number shares result in a half share option. This player has 18 shares. He turns in 9 shares beginning with the WNR. The company also has 2 shares, which are changed to 1 share of L&D. All company assets are transferred to the new company. Tokens on the board are changed to reflect the new status. No city may have more than 1 station, so in this case, 1 is lost. Bankruptcy. A company goes bankrupt if the company's share price token falls to the bottom space of the stock market, or the company has no train and cannot afford one even after refinancing. In this example, the ECR does not have a train. It cannot afford to purchase the 800-pound H train. It has no shares to sell, and due to its par value, can only raise an additional 680 pounds. If the bankruptcy occurs due to a lack of a train, players owning shares of the company receive compensation equal to half the current stock market value rounded down. The station markers of the bankrupt company are removed from the board. Trains are removed from the game, the director's share is returned to the IPO, and the company is available to be restarted. I hear the conductor. That means it's time to go. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a like and a comment. Until next time, have fun training.